Nigerians, I hope you can see what's happening. I'm about to be taken into the van. I'm live. The world is watching. More than 5,000 people are watching. Yeah, I'm being arrested. I'm being arrested, though. Nigerians, you can see. I'm being arrested. So, like, this is actually what's happening now is the major reason why my conscience is disturbing me to come to this place. That is one of the reasons why my conscience was pushing me to come to this place.
Without doing anything.
Because you see what this guy is saying. He was just picked and he's here, inside here now.
So this road now,
he was just picked and he's inside this place now. So that means they are just picking up people and putting them in the van. No. Hello, you don't need that. Yeah. So
that was to the you go know where
like I was saying,
you need to understand that there's a Nigerian citizen who just wants to be there. This guy, lady.
Protest is our right. Protest is our right. We keep protesting till we get justice. Protest is our right. They're already beating us. Yeah, they're already manhandling us. We are not going to step down. We are not going to step down. He beats me well. He beats me. Who beats me? What we want? Justice! 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 Justice! We not go agree. We not go agree. We not go agree. Police should release. We not go agree. We want justice. Macaroni right now. Macaroni don't do anything to release macaroni.
And the gas are getting empty. I think they're taking them to Beja somewhere. They have no idea where they want. I don't know where they're taking them to, but I think it's going to be Beja.
Hello viewers out there, welcome to another edition on your Danny Nebo TV. Many thanks to those who have subscribed to our YouTube channel and those who have followed us on our Facebook page. Today we'll be talking about the EndSARS protest that has been rocking Lekki toll gate. We all know that the protest did not just start today. It started last year when the protesters took to Lekki toll gate and protested about the incessant abuse of SARS. And this actually generated a lot of attention from international communities and even within the nation. So the EndSARS protesters actually took to this Lekki toll gates today again to resume their protest. This is so because the member of the panel of inquiry that was constituted by the Lagos State government actually suggested that the gates should be reopened, and this actually angered Nigerians, especially Lagosians, and they took to Lekki toll gate today to protest this decision. So this has not augured well for the city, as different security personnel were stationed at Lekki toll gate since yesterday. So and these people actually resisted this police personnel, army personnel, and other security agents, and actually held the protest. So in the course of the protest, many of these protesters were arrested, while some were taken to prisons, some were taken to different police stations. So despite the heavy presence of police officers at Lekki toll gate on Saturday, which is today, some protesters have continued to express their displeasure over the reopening of Lekki toll gate. It was a struggle for the scores of police officers drafted to the toll gate as they struggled to arrest protesters and who showed in 2 or 3 on different occasions. The officers, however, could not prevent some of the protesters who had been locked in Black Maria from airing their resentment. At least 28 people or more, including those who claimed to be passers-by, were arrested at Lekki toll gate today, as at the time this report is being heard. An order to open Lekki toll gate by the Lagos Judicial Panel of Inquiry last Saturday spurred the open Lekki toll gate movement, with the youth rising to resist the reopening. The youth argued that the reopening of the toll gate is premature as the investigation into the Lekki shooting incident of October 20, 2020 has not been concluded. The Lekki toll plaza, which has not been operational since the commencement of EndSARS protests, was completely shut down on 9th of October 2020 following the shooting of unarmed protesters by officers of the Nigerian army. In response to Occupy Lekki toll gate, some other youth vowed to defend Lagos in opposition of the planned protest. This gave birth to a protest and counter-protest scheduled to hold at Lekki toll gate at 7 a.m. this morning, which actually took off. And the reactions and the result of this protest has not been funny so far, as police personnel are not taking it easy on these protesters. They have decided to open fire on them, and these protesters too have decided to resist this security personnel. Several pleas and warnings have been issued by the police, state government, and the other concerned quarters, calling on the youth not to go ahead with the protest and counter protest. But the youth did not actually listen, because they believe that the people that died at Lekki toll gate deserve some honor, and the Lekki toll gate should not be reopened for any business activities or whatever. So they actually converge. People came from different places in Nigeria. Some came from Abuja, some came from other parts of the southwest in Nigeria, and they converge at Lekki toll gate this morning to protest. So the police actually decided to open fire on these protesters, while some were reluctantly taken into Black Maria, which were brought to the protesting scene by the police. Some actually entered the Black Maria willingly. They said this is a struggle for their people. This is a struggle for people who died at Lekki toll gate. It can be recalled that the protest actually got the attention of international communities, and even American government, UK government. They all reacted to the killings of protesters at Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October 2020, and the aftermath of the protest has not been funny. So the protest has been going on. The citizens are not actually willing to give up on the cause and the struggle. So you can see the video that is attached to this report, where how the police are brutalizing the protesters, the peaceful protesters. Ordinarily, the police are supposed to come to the protesting ground and protect these protesters, but the reverse is the case. They rather came and stormed the protesting scene as the protesters were arrested. This is a country where law exists. At least these people are protesters. It shouldn't be a kind of a law that should be that the police or any other security agency should just come on them and decide to brutalize or beat them. But as we can see, many things were used on them, including tear gas and every other police tool that could be used to disperse these protesters. But these protesters actually stood their ground, and they continue protesting. At the time of this airing this report, the protesters are still in that scene, and it seems that this protest is not something that will go away very quickly. It seems the protest has come to stay. It seems the federal government of Nigeria need to address the issue. I don't know what the federal government is up to, but I'm very sure the government is aware of this protest. Main reason, many security agencies, many police personnel were actually deployed to Lekki toll gate since last night. So you can see the video how the police, the struggle between the security personnel and the peaceful protesters. Watch and you get the gist.